your English master teacher at Vedantu, and the chapter that we are going to deal with today is If I Were You by Douglas James, right? So we have in the first session, we have already completed the complete analysis of the play. So if you have missed that, guys, I would recommend you definitely to go to that video and watch the complete analysis, because in that I have completely analyzed the entire play. It's very important that you know what happens throughout the play, because you could be asked any question, guys, any reference to context. The question can be asked from anywhere from the play. So it's very important, guys, that you know the entire play. Okay, so please don't forget to watch the complete analysis. And in today's session, we would be discussing the theme, title, and some of the important questions. All right, guys. So, guys, first we will be starting with some of the major concepts. Like, first concept is theme of the story. So, this is a play basically. So, theme of the play. So, what is this play emphasizing on? This play emphasizes the significance of intelligence, presence of mind, and a cool head in the situation of crisis. So this is for all of us, guys. Whenever we will face in our lives various circumstances which which will be challenging for us. So life challenging circumstances we will be facing very soon at some point of the time or the other. So in that case, guide, it is not with a panic stricken mind or with an anxious mind that we can solve those problems, those critical problems. So in the critical situation of our life, what we need is presence of mind, intelligence combined with a cool head, right? So a calm mind, a cool mind. Okay, so if we start panicking, if we start panicking, if we are anxious, then what will happen is our brain will stop working, ideas won't come in our mind. So it's very important to maintain your calm, maintain your composure. Okay, so that is what we have also seen in case of Gerard, right? That he had, even in a very critical situation where he had been, where somebody was pointing a gun towards him, even in that critical situation, he was maintaining his calm and composure. Okay. Now, panic, what will happen? Panic will complicate the matter, but cool temperament can help one wriggle out of tight corners with ease. That means, even if we are faced with a difficult situation, we can come out of that situation if we maintain a cool temperament. Criminals who mastermind most deceitful crimes can also be outwitted. Yes. So we have to have confidence in ourselves, right? We have to have our presence of mind and intelligence, also cool temperament and the confidence that we can outwit the criminal, even with uh, the hard-hearted criminals like the intruder, right, who had murdered someone, because they have a fear of getting detected and caught by the law. So they are always, they are the criminals. So criminals always have this fear of getting caught. So therefore, we can take the advantage of that fear using our cool, using our composure, using our presence of mind. We can definitely outwit them. So, tactful planning and handling of a situation. Most important is management of a critical situation. So, we have to have that skill in us. We have to develop that skill in us. This is something which is helpful in our lives as well. So, in our lives, we will face a lot of problems. Life is not a bed of roses, right? It will have challenges, it will have difficulties, but in that situation, what we need is tactful planning and the capability of handling that situation. Efficient management is what we need at that point of time. So even if we have to face a hard-hearted criminal and a smart criminal like the intruder, even we can, if we can outwit even them, right? So that is something which is very, very important, and that is exactly the theme of the play and the message, the moral that we get from the play for us to learn. And of course, completely relatable to us in our lives. It will help us in our lives as well. Okay, in critical situation, handling critical situation in our lives. Now, talking about the significance of the title, If I Were You. So, If I Were You refers to the wishful thinking, because if I were you, so I is the intruder who wanted to become you, is Gerard, right? So, it is definitely wishful thinking. Now, why did he want to become or assume Gerard's identity? Because he had to escape the law, right? So, his idea of eluding the police by living on a borrowed identity remains unfulfilled. Of course, it only remains a desire. It is never fulfilled, never becomes a reality, because he is trapped by Gerard, right? His dream to impersonate Gerard is quashed, right? It's not successful. So if I were you, this if suggests what? If suggests wish or desire. This is never, it looms forever. Okay, with no hope of becoming a concrete reality. So it is never transformed into reality. It always remains a wish. Okay? Okay, guys, so I hope you people are enjoying the session. And if you want to gain 100% marks and 100% knowledge, you can join us, guys, in the link given in the description box and pinned comment. All right. So you can avail unlimited live classes, because in YouTube sessions, the live classes, the number of live classes are very limited, and quiz questions are also limited to those live classes. But in our platform, we have solved these problems, guys. We have quiz questions, high level quiz questions in all the sessions, guys, and you have access to unlimited live classes where you can compete with the students throughout the world. And this is very, very, very helpful and advantageous for all of you. Why? Because you get a lot of exposure and you can understand where are you standing, what is your level, right? You can definitely work on your skills, work on your shortcomings, work on your even identify your strengths and weaknesses, right? So you get that kind of exposure in our platform, right? So that is very, very important for not just your present but also for your future. Plus you have replay, so if you miss any class by chance, you can watch the replay, of course. And even the replay is going to be very interactive because it is going to be live. Okay, it's going to have live quizzes. Okay, you can participate in the quiz even in the replay, and you will also have the leaderboard at the end even if you're watching a replay, right? So that is something which is exclusive and which is super duper amazing for our in our platform. And the leaderboard is also very helpful. And after having every quiz question, guys, will have a fastest finger list. So there you can check what is the time that what's the time that you've taken to answer a particular quiz question. Because see, in this competitive world, in this era of competition, okay, and a lot of competitive exams that you're going to appear very soon, the time factor is very, very important, guys. So we have taken care of that factor, and we have designed our platform in such a manner that you also get to know what time are you, solving that particular question in, right? So that is also very important. So at that time you can gradually, you can so that you can attempt any question in the least possible time, right? So that will be helpful for any competitive exam, not just for your board exams, right? So that is something which is very, very important, and the training of which you will be getting from since grade 9 itself. So that is something which is super, super uh, you know if you super interesting also and super helpful also. Okay, so leaderboard is going to appear even in the replays, and leaderboard will give your overall class rank and earn points. So you get to have an idea where exactly you are standing and how much hard work you have to, how much effort you have to put in, right? Plus you can download the content at the end of each session, which will have notes of the master teachers. You can definitely download all of that by clicking on the option called get notes. The moment you click on replay, sorry, past sessions, you will get another option just by its side called Get Notes. The moment you click on Get Notes, you'll get all your notes along with the handwritten notes of the master teachers. Okay? Plus, you will get, okay, this is something which is again super important and super amazing. This is not possible in our YouTube session because we have only one teacher and so many students. It's not always possible to take the doubts of each and every student and cater to each and every doubt, although we try our best to even do so. But in our platform, guys, we have solved this problem because we have a team of class teachers who would be there only and only catering to your doubts. So we have designed our platform in such a manner that it is going to fulfill all the needs that can arise. So it is completely based on your needs, guys. Okay? So your doubts are going to be solved in the class live with the help of our class teachers, right? So no more piling up of your doubts and concepts will become clear, right? If you keep on piling up your doubts, what will happen is later you will have problem in understanding the concept. You will not get clarity of the concepts, right? Plus you have assignments at the end of each session solving which will help you understand how far you've understood the concept, okay, that has been taught in the class. Plus we also take quality tests. If you attempt those tests, we also give you the performance report of those tests that will help you in self analysis again. Plus, revision is also possible, guys. We have a lot of revision series, which is going to boost up of your confidence. Okay? Plus, we have micro courses. Those are chapter-wise courses. So that is something which is again very important. If you have any problem in any particular chapter, you want to have another revision of that particular chapter because you think that some of the concepts you need to redo, you can definitely take the micro course related to that particular chapter. So we have 5,000 plus micro courses and free crash courses. Crash courses have also been launched. Okay, so you can definitely take all those for free, guys. And all this is possible in less price. So let me tell you how to avail that. So you have to click on the link in the description box and pin comment. And the moment you use the coupon code SWREPRO, what will happen is the pro price. Now this is for session 2021. Okay, the new session, guys. Okay, so pro price is 1500 only, and the moment you use the coupon code SWREPRO, immediately there is a reduction in the cost and it will have only 1200. And till June, you can understand, till June. So 2021 academic year plan, guys, 5000. Pro price is 5000. If you use the coupon code, guys, you will have it in 4000 itself, which is 6 rupees per class for a month, and till June you will have 5 rupees per class. Okay? So that is something which is very helpful. Next, sorry, I'm that was not June. यहाँ पे थोड़ा mistake है, guys. It will be March 22. ठीक है, सेशन 22 का जो प्रो प्राइस है, ओके, तो ये वाला मैं बता रही थी, दिस आई वाज टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस सेशन. ठीक है, एंड फॉर next session is 2022, that also has started, right? So that is for 2800. If you use the coupon code SWREPRO, this is for the new session. Okay, guys, so people going to a new session, going to the next batch, you can get yourselves enrolled in this particular batch, right? The previous batch was for the students who are giving, who are the um, who are not going to avail the new batch. ठीक है, तो ये है, this is for the new batch. All right, so this is for 2800 for a month, guys, and till March 22, that is the next 22 March, full 1 year you will be only getting at this price 31104. All right, which comes down to 12.96 per class for full 1 year. That is super cost effective, guys, and per class price will be 14 rupees per class for a month. This is for a month and this is for a full year. So definitely I would recommend you to go for this because here you are saving 14%. Okay, guys, so do not forget to use the link and the coupon code. ये देखो, so it's cheaper than your solid masti masala kurkure. right? So definitely, guys, you can avail this, and you have to just visit the link in the description box and use the coupon code SWREPRO. This is going to be very helpful, guys. You can trust me on that. All right. So resuming our session, we'll start with the character sketches next. The first character is of course Gerard, who is the protagonist, right? Protagonist of the play, है ना? So he appears to be a director or actor of the plays. So he is definitely a director or actor of plays, and he is endowed with a brilliant wit, a sharp mind, smart thinking, and sense of humor. Right? So when you are talking about brilliant mind, brilliant sharp mind, brilliant wit, ठीक है? Please give examples. I have already talked about all of this when I was teaching you the play. So please take examples showing his sense of humor, okay, where he was, trying to indulge the intruder, where he was trying to complete the sentence of the intruder, right? So that was sense of humor, where he was telling the intruder that let me sit down, and then I would be answering all your questions. And then when he heard that when he came to know that the intruder's purpose was, when the intruder revealed his own plan of killing himself and impersonating him, the kind of reaction that he had. So all this would come under sense of humor, brilliant wit, sharp mind, smart thinking. Please give examples how he trapped, how he led the intruder into a trap, how he wove story. Okay, one after the other. So that would come, that you will include in the brilliant mind, sharp wit. So, but please, guys, don't forget to use the examples from the text. Okay, along with these points, the answer will only be complete when you use the example from the text. As I told you, what examples can you give? I have already told you. Your task is just to incorporate them here. Okay? So next is all these qualities combined with a cool temperament. So how can you say that he was a cool, he had a very cool mind, because he did not, show any signs of anxiety. Even the intruder accepted that he was acting smart, right? So he was showing he had a very cool temperament. And that enabled him to handle even a life-threatening situation very successfully and easily. ठीक है. Now Gerard is associated with the theater. He writes, so we all know we have to talk about his occupation also. He is a refined and cultured man who keeps his cool even in the most difficult situation. The sight of an intruder doesn't ruffle him. So this is the example that I am giving to show his cool temperament, to elucidate on the fact that he had a cool temperament. He talks to him very courteously and pleasantly. His sense of humor irritates the intruder many times, right? So talking about his sense of humor, even when acting funny, he keeps his presence of mind and lays a trap for the intruder. Everything comes so naturally and spontaneously to him that even the intruder walks into his trap unsuspectingly. He doesn't suspect and he walks into his trap. So Gerard's intelligence not only outwits the intruder and saves his own life, but also helps the police to nab a wanted criminal, right? So he also proves to be a responsible citizen, right? So Gerard, with his unagitated, he never gets agitated. That is something which you have to stress on, right? Because that is the lesson that we get from this story, also this play as well, that we should not become agitated very soon. We should follow, we should inculcate these qualities from Gerard. Composed minds stand as a foil to the cruel and villainous intruder. So the intruder is the antagonist of the play, and he is a foil to Gerard, right? So that is how you can conclude, and also you can conclude by adding a line from the theme. Okay, that we can include, or we can inculcate these qualities from Gerard, because even we will face a lot of challenges in our lives. So at those critical, at that critical juncture, we should act like Gerard, using our intelligence and presence of mind, along with maintaining a cool and unagitated countenance. Okay, so that is how you can end your answer, right? That will be a befitting conclusion for your play. for this particular answer. So please do end properly. That is very important. Conclusion is also very important, and along with introduction. Okay. Next, we will see the intruder, who is the antagonist. You can call him the antagonist, or you can also say that he was a foil to foil to the character of Gerard. So he's a dangerous criminal who had committed a serious crime of murdering someone, enters Gerard's cottage, threatens him at gunpoint. But this is the character flaw. This is his flaw. He becomes overconfident in his plan, that he had a brilliant plan of murdering Gerard and escaping the law by impersonating him. So what he does is he makes a mistake of revealing his plan to Gerard, and from this point, Gerard starts to outwit. The moment he reveals his plan, Gerard now plays his card, right? So Gerard uses it against him. So he is soon outwitted by Gerard, and he unsuspectingly walks into the latter's trap. Latter is Gerard's trap. All his tall claims. Remember, he used to, when I was discussing about the play in the previous video, I talked about his tall claims, which he made about his intelligence, right? So empty vessel sounds more, right? So all his tall claims about his intelligence finally proves to be hollow. This heartless and hardened criminal meets a befitting end. Alright, guys, so that was the intruder, and now we will be entering into the question and answers from this particular chapter. The first question from this particular chapter is: bring out Gerard's intelligence, presence of mind, and sense of humor. How did these traits help him outwit the intruder? Okay, so definitely this question you can include in the character sketch as well. When I told you to give an example of the of Gerard's presence of mind, his his intelligence, so you can give examples from this particular answer, right? See, Gerard did not show even the slightest of nervousness at the sight of the gun-toting criminal entering his house, right? He knew his wit and presence of mind would help him. Wit, presence of mind, along with uh, maintaining his composure. That is going to help manage the crisis. But would also contribute towards unnerving the intruder. So he wanted to unnerve the intruder and get the better of him, right? Keeping the atmosphere light and lively with a sense of humor and funny remarks, uh, Gerard surprised the intruder who had expected him to be afraid. So that was the point of sense of humor, intelligence, and presence of mind, right? Once he found out the intruder was wanted, so here it starts. What starts? His intelligence, his wit. Okay, example of his wit. Uh, he instantly cooked up a story. So his weaving of a story, convincing the intruder that police would arrive at any minute to nab him. He impressed upon the intruder that they would have to escape immediately. Cleverly, he made him peep into the cupboard, saying that it was an escape route. So this was the trap. Please, you have to include this in the character sketch. When you are talking about how he led a trap, you have to give these points. These are the examples, right? As I told you, this entire answer could go into the character sketch under various subheadings, right? Which we had already done when we were dealing with the character sketch. So please merge this, right? The moment the intruder leaned forward to inspect it, what did Gerard do? He pushed him into the cupboard. He closed and locked the door. Thus, his intelligence, his sense of humor, and presence of mind turned the tables on the intruder. So, when you are talking about the character sketch, when you're talking about the presence of mind, humor, intelligence, composed and unagitated manner of Gerard, please do include examples from this particular answer. Now, if the task is easy for you, I'm sure you can merge both of them and create your wonderful answers. Okay? So, please do that, guys. Next question is, why did the intruder find Gerard's cooked up story of criminal background convincing? Okay? So in the beginning, the intruder suspected every move made by Gerard. He snubbed him when Gerard tried to begin a conversation regarding the intruder's identity and promptly told him to answer only what was asked. So initially he was definitely constantly rebuking him, snubbing him, right? He did not want anything else, anything more than what has been asked. Okay. So, however, he was gullible enough. Gullible is innocent and naive, did not have the wit which was there, they did not have that intelligence, okay, because he was unsuspicious when Gerard asked him to step into the so-called escape route, right? So he unsuspiciously walked into Gerard's trap because the latter, that is Gerard, did not lose his cool. He was very confident, and at the same time, he was very composed and employed his presence of mind to cook up or to weave story that he too was wanted by the police, right? So Gerard supported his claim of being a criminal by showing the intruder his bag, his disguise outfits, and false mustache. So this added to the story. The props added to the story and made it even more convincing. The intruder did not know about the theatrical background. Therefore, the story was more convincing for him. Right? He believed that Gerard was actually trying to evade the police. So he could, convince him. So this is how these props added to the story and made it even more convincing and made it easier for Gerard to befool the intruder and to outwit the intruder. Okay? So this indicates although he claimed to be the smartest, but he was not as intelligent as Gerard, right? And he was easily outwitted by him. Okay, guys. So next question is, how did Gerard get rid of the intruder? What would you have done if you were in his place? Now, the second question is completely your take. I am not going to answer it for you. Okay, this is completely open ended. You can answer it on your own, right? What is the central idea of the play, which is again, which I have already talked about in the beginning of the session when I was talking about the theme. So, that is exactly the central idea at the same time, right? So Gerard lived in a lonely cottage. He was a playwright, and one day what happened was an intruder entered into his cottage with an intention to kill him. The intruder looked like Gerard. He wanted to impersonate Gerard and escape from law. But Gerard was definitely smarter. He understood the motive. Okay, he made him reveal his own plan and told him that he was himself a criminal, expecting trouble that night itself. And finally, we have already seen how he made that trap and convinced the intruder from escape to escape. Okay, and he asked him to follow him towards the garage. While on the way to garage, what did Gerard do? He pushed him into a cupboard and locked him inside. Okay? And the second question you will answer on your own. You can get help from here, but that is your personal. Okay? That is definitely open-ended, and it calls for your personal comments. Right? So now, guys, homework question. What did, according to you, the intruder want to know more about? Sorry, why did the intruder want to know more about Gerard? Okay, cheating by impersonation, misappropriation of money, and blackmailing have become very common crimes nowadays, right? But soon the offenders are caught and punished. Tell this fact to your friend by writing a letter to him. Give the example of the intruder who tried to be smart. Okay, so this is a very creative question, guys, which asks for your creative skills. So please do try and attempt this homework question in your comment in the comment section. I would love to read all your wonderful comments. So please do that. Okay? Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the session, and I hope the session was informative as well as helpful in preparing you for the questions that can come. Along with this, guys, please go through the play. And if you have liked the video, then please do hit the like button, share the video amongst your friends, and also subscribe to the channel if you still haven't. Okay, so thank you guys. Bye-bye. Take care. See you very soon in the next session.